a cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral whose vertices all touch the circumference of the circle. So basically, this is a quadrilateral that's inside a circle, and its vertices touch the circumference of a circle. Now, what you want to do here is to investigate the properties of these angles. So I'm going to use an application to explore the relationship between these angles. Now, what I'm going to do is to move around angle A and C. And first of all, even before I move it, what do you notice here? If I add angle A plus C, we can see that this will add up to 180 degrees. Okay? Now, if I change the position of B and C, for example, up to there, you can still see that these opposite angles, they still add up to 180 degrees. Okay? Now, if I change again B and C, for example, at that point, we can see that these two angles, these opposite angles, in a cyclic quadrilateral, they still add up to 180 degrees. So we can conclude and say that opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 100 degrees. So we can say opposite angles in cyclic so they always add up to 180 degrees. For example, in this case, B plus D will always be equal to 180 degrees. And the same applies to A plus C. Always be equal to 180 degrees. So we are going to use this idea to solve a few questions here. So find the size of the lettered angles in each of these circles. So using that theorem, we can be able to find out the missing angles. Let's start with A. We can start by finding what angle D is. We know that this angle plus this angle here, they add up to 180 degrees. So you can go ahead and say D will be 180 minus 85, which will be equal to 95 degrees. Okay? We just take this out. So, because opposite angles in cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. And then we can move to E. Before we work out E, we can work out this missing angle here. So this angle here will be equal to 180 minus 111 degrees, which will be equal to 69. So that will be 69 degrees. So which means that angle E will be 180 minus 69, which will just give us 111 degrees. Okay? All right. In the next question, and again, if you notice here, these are opposite angles. So this will be 38 degrees, which means angle N will be equal to 180 minus 38, and that will be equal to 142 degrees. Okay? And then this angle here, this one here, it will be equal to 180 minus 118, which will be equal to 62 degrees, which means angle M will be equal to 180 minus 62, which will be equal to 118 degrees. Okay?